Hey guys, here's Twin1 here to give you part 11 of the tutorial series for the speedrun of Final Fantasy IV Paladin run. For this one, we're going to go up through Mount Ordeals right before the Milon fight, and then we're going to stop there. We actually want separate videos for the Milon fight because we're going to show you two variations. One is going to be with the safe strats, and the other one is going to be with carrot strat. The carrot strat is a pretty complicated setup, so I want to make sure it has its own video for you to watch and be able to handle it. In this video, we're not going to do a whole lot special except go through the map and actually show you where to go, kind of make sure you can have the step count like we've done in previous videos. There is some equipment buying that we're going to have if you do the safe strats. For carrot strat, there is a way to not buy anything and you just kind of go off pure luck. So that's an option you can do, but if you're just learning this game, I would recommend following this video, making sure you pick up what the equipment is you should buy, and going from there. And the first thing that we're going to do after coming out of this is we're actually going to go talk to the king. I should say we're actually going to go to the inn first and then we'll talk to the king. You're actually not able to talk to him until you go to the inn, so that's the first place you're going to go to. So don't try scouting around the castle, just go straight to the inn, stay there, and then it'll teleport you to a conversation with the king, and then you'll walk out. So we've got to the end, there's a little bit of mashing to get through the text, then there's going to be a little bit more mashing as soon as we get through this conversation and go and talk to the king. Once the conversation with the king ends, you're actually going to head out of the bowl and you're going to go to the northeast to the dock. So what's going to happen is they're going to try to attempt to go to Baron, get stopped in the water by Leviathan, and you're going to actually end up just outside of Mysidia. Once you get to Mysidia, I'll go through the buying steps you'll need to take. The buying steps are specifically for the Paladin run, and they're also specifically for the non-carrot strats. So if you are doing a carrot strat or any other version of this game, you probably want to do a little bit different buying scheme, and you'll want to look that up. Okay, and now that you're at the docks, you're just going to mash. There's nothing important happens here, there's no confirmation dialogue, you're just going to mash through all the text. As always when you're mashing, I start to pay attention to just when you'll actually need to start your mashing so that you can kind of save your fingers, but that's up to you. This isn't a very long cutscene, so just mashing all the way through it isn't that big of a deal, but in general with mashing you probably want to save your fingers as much as possible. So one thing that's definitely pretty viable to do here at this point is if you're not familiar enough with the route to actually take a look at your notes. You've got plenty of time, the mashing's pretty simplistic, so it's not a big deal. So with this amount of time, I mean, looking at the notes, making sure you understand what to buy, when to buy it, setting up your items to make sure that that's in the correct order, knowing where it's going to be when you want to equip, all that's a good thing to do while this time is going down. Or if you're a little stressed out over the run, sitting back and doing nothing, also completely viable strategy. Alright, now that we've had everybody hop overboard, we're about to the end of the cutscene, and once that happens, we're going to be just outside of Mysidia. We're going to be on the beach, so we're going to head into Mysidia and go to buy. The first thing we're going to buy is actually the equipment. We want to do that so that it's easier to set up the equipment whenever we're going into the menu. We've got 4 people to buy for it. We want to make sure those are as fast as possible. The items will be last. We can actually do those in the middle of battle, so that's easier to set up if they're further down the row. Or if we want to, we can also set up the items when we're doing the equipment. Any one of the options is viable. So unfortunately we got into a fight there, but it's no big deal. You should be able to run away from anything. Even if you get back attacked, you really don't have that big of a risk. And so we're only going to buy defensive items. We actually need pretty much 3 of each of these. We only need 2 of one of the Gaia items because Tel is already going to have one equipped. But you go ahead and just buy 10 because there's no reason to get exactly 3 since you have infinite gold. Alright, and now we're going to buy 20, or really as close to 20 as you can get, the Cure 2s, Life, Heal, and Other. You really only need a couple lives, couple heals, and a couple of others, but since you're already at the 21, you might as well just go buy. Once again, you have infinite gold, might as well use it. Alright, and now we're going to go talk to the Elder, and that's where we're going to get Porum and Paladin. So because of the change in formation we did earlier, they actually end up in the correct spots, which is the 1st and 3rd slots, and that means that Cecil's in the front row, they're in the back row, so you don't have to do anything. Alright, and now we're going to head to Mount Ordeals, and from there we're just going to go up the mountain, all the way to get to Tella, and then all the way before the Milon fight. So, it's a little unfortunate to get the back attack. If you're going the carrot strat, this actually could be useful, because Porum ended up with 59 HP. That's actually a good amount such that you could automatically kill him with a Fire 1 or a Ice 1 or whatever from Paladin. So that's actually pretty useful going forward. That's once again if you're doing the carrot strat. If you are not doing carrot strat, you're going to want to heal him up right before the Milon fight. You actually want the twins at as much HP as possible because they're going to be casting twin the entire fight. I'll also go ahead and note that there's a couple of ways to do the carrot strat, or at least preemptively set up for the carrot strat. So for carrot strat, you're going to want Porum to be at low HP so that they're instantly killed in one hit whenever Paladin actually casts Fire 1 on them. So you can get this in a couple of ways. You can actually attack Porum with Cecil to get them into the range of either, one, they can die so that you can revive them and they come into low HP, or if they survive, then they're going to be at a low enough HP that you can actually just cast Fire 1 and instantly kill them. That's pretty much the only setup you're actually going to need to do for this. You're going to stay at maximum MP anyway because you're not going to be casting twin. You're not going to be getting into any fights, so it's not a big deal however you want to go about it. I would suggest that you don't revive Porum until you actually get to the fight, or until you get to the Milon Z fight, because say that you kill them and then revive them, they're at 30 HP, then you get a back attack, there's a chance they're going to get killed again, you have to go into the menu, heal them up again, so just go ahead and wait right before the Milon fight to do anything. That includes equipping. There's just no point in getting there because if you don't get back attacked, great, you haven't wasted any time because you had the menu anyway. If you do get back attacked, you're going to know you need to cure, so therefore you can actually just save the menu into one step. And once again, this split is like anything else. We're just going to keep going. We're going to run away from everything. There's no reason to get into any fights. And there's really no concern because if you get back attack, Cecil's going to be in the back row, and he's not going to take a lot of damage anyway. So now we're in Attila. We're going to mash a little bit more. This will be the last kind of mash of the game. This is a fairly decent cutscene. Once we get to Milon, we got a couple text boxes to mash through, but it's nothing special. Alright, so we're going to keep going up. We're going to go into the next entrance on the left side of the screen. As soon as we come out, there's going to be one text box we need to go through. Once we get up to the top of the next hill, there will be another text box, so do be alert for that. You are going to need to hit the select button a couple more times. So there we go. There's going to be one more, and then we're going to stop there right before the Milon fight. Okay, so the next split is going to be the equip screen right before the Milon fight, and the actual Milon fight itself. Then we're actually going to redo that section again with Carrot Strat. So the first one will be safe, the second one will be Carrot Strat, and then we'll move on to the Milon Z portion. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.